Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm Ace, and today I have a video for you that I am very excited for, and it's been a long time in the making. Today, we're interviewing one of my favorite creators and a huge face in the War Thunder community, known only as Trepkas. I'm excited for you all to hear what he has to think about the game we love and the space of content creation behind it. It's kind of a long one. Grab a snack, sit back, and enjoy. It's great to meet you, dude. I've been a fan for a long time. The videos that I've done, especially like the F16 one that I just made, or the F16 line that I just made, is like very heavily influenced off your videos, and just like the
Oh, I'm
editing
glad to hear
style and the
that.
comedy style. So, yeah, it's just great to talk to you, dude. I appreciate it.
Of course, bro.
Hey, future Ace here. First, Happy New Year's, everybody. Second, this interview took place in September of last year. I had an issue where the file got corrupted and it absolutely killed my motivation. I ended up being able to recover the entire video and couldn't be happier with the condition that I got it back in. Some of the things that we have talked about in the video have either already come out, like the Eurofighter and the Rafale, or may have changed since we last spoke about it. So just a little heads up. But anyway, back to the video. All right, so for starters, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel?
Yeah. If you don't know me, my name is Trep, or Trep. My YouTube name is Trepkas. I started YouTube like 2 years ago, like 2 years, and like I think now it's like 2 months. But I had been making YouTube a little bit before that, but it was mostly like the stuff you do with your friends in like middle school, like
Hmm.
you record something to show like you got a clip of killing your friend or something because you felt real cool about it.
Yeah.
And uh and even some of the first ones, it's literally just me filming my screen with my iPad, which went very well. I started like that, and then cause I always wanted to be a YouTuber. I watched a lot of YouTube back when like it first came out, when it was like the logo was like an old TV.
Hmm.
Um
Oh yeah, I remember that.
and I remember like just uh watching like YouTubers, and it was mostly vlogging and stuff back then. I was like, yo, I want to do YouTube someday, but I never got around to it. And then literally in probably in the US you probably call that high school, middle high school, like I think 4 months before I graduated, I was like, yo, let me try out this YouTube thing for real. Like let me go in, take the biggest risk of my life, and just be like, I'm going all in. And then I dropped out. I was like, Mom, I'm dropping out. My mom nearly had a heart attack. And I went all in. I definitely wouldn't recommend going all in like that, just dropping out and nearly giving your mom a heart attack. But that's what I did, and you know, thankfully it worked out. And now I'm sitting here 2 years later.
Wow, so 2 years. That's a hell of a come up for 2 years. I mean, you're at 67,000 now.
Yeah,
Like that's crazy. Like I couldn't even imagine just it's just a crazy timeline because I mean people will go grind YouTube for 6, 7, 8, 9 years and
yeah.
maybe get to that point. But like man, the YouTube experience is different for everybody.
It is. It is. It definitely is.
That's cool. What drew you to War Thunder specifically? Is there any other games that like you tried or were interested in making content for?
I tried a lot. I think my first experience with gaming was racing games with my dad. But then when like I really got into gaming with like myself, it was first off it was Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2 that I played at like a very young age. I don't know when that goes was out, but I must have been like 12. And I played a lot of zombies. I was heavy into zombies. I was grinding that. Um, and then later on, I did start to make the GTA 5 came out, and that's when I like started recording my screen with my iPad, and like I did weird skits with my friends on GTA. And then I've always been a gamer. Like then Fortnite came out, played that a little bit, and then I played Ark, so I was sort of like it's sort of like Rust. Played that a bunch. Probably I got like 8K hours in it or some shit. Um, and then it was like one of my best friends real life. He told me like, "Yo, we should play Wolf." And I was like, "What is that, bro? What is that? I don't know what that is. I never heard of it before."
I feel like
And then
that's everyone's reaction to War Thunder, low key. And then you start playing it, and then you're like, okay, how did I
and
not
I
know
was
about
like,
this?
"Yeah," I was like, "Yo, what is this?" And and then like we're both very competitive, so like he both we were both like a new players. So we were started off in the USA Tech Tree, and then
Hmm.
he bought the AVA, like the one that's like 9.7 or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, 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 I can't let him outgrind me. So then I bought it. And then we didn't know nothing about the game. And then like he bought the F5C, and he was like, this thing has an afterburner. And I was like, yo, I need that. And then I bought the F5C as well. And then I did like before I even did YouTube, I did like 5 TikToks of War Thunder where like I was playing the F5C, and that's like my first War Thunder content. But I pretty quickly switched over to YouTube.
Yeah, no, that it's funny how the progression goes when you first start playing War Thunder. 'Cause I've been playing on and off for God since the game came out. I mean, I had like my first gaming
Yeah,
laptop in quotes, and it was just like some. I was like 15, and so it was like a $200 laptop off Amazon that could hardly run the game on minimum
yeah,
settings. And so I was like, oh my god, this is so sick. Fast forward to like 2 years ago when I kind of like really started playing it. I guess about a year ago, just before I joined. My buddy convinced me to get the F5, and I was at
yeah.
like maybe the first P51s. So I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. And so then all of a sudden I was the level 18 and
Yep.
Jets not knowing
I
what I'm
was
doing and stuff like that. But
those first few AV8 battles me and my friend had, we were terrible.
yeah,
We didn't know what we was doing. We just flew around and like crashed into each other.
yeah,
Didn't
you're
really.
like, I thought jets were good. Like I thought missiles were good until you
Yeah,
realize countermeasures
just
are a thing.
click
And
off the missiles and then oh, didn't hit, go straight back to base.
yep.
I was taking no chances with the guns because I knew it wasn't gonna hit. So I was just no.
Oh yeah.
If my missiles don't hit, then okay, too bad. I'm going back.
Yeah, it's funny. It's been a lot better. I mean, I got the F4 a couple months before I left home, and I used that to grind out the
Yeah,
majority of the rough part of the U.S. tech tree. And I've gotten the 16C, 15C, 14B, and so now I'm finished with the props. Like I have
yeah.
I'm just working on like the B-57 and up for the strike and bomber line, but trying to just finish out that first tech tree before I suffer through another tech tree.
I try to get that A10C.
Yep, I'm hyped for that
Yeah,
one. And of course, I had
yeah,
everything else finished up and like other than that line. So like
yeah.
oh, back to 2.7 we go and back into the
Oh
Phantom.
yeah. Nah, the C's worth it though.
Oh, it's 100%. After my buddy has it, and I was watching him play it the other day, and uh, just watching the HMD with AIM 9Ms is just
Oh yeah, it's
ridiculous.
nice. It's so nice, especially in the down tier.
Oh
It's
yeah,
so nice.
and like we play a lot of Sims when we just grind out stuff too. So like even that for Sims because you can see ground targets like with your HMD, it's just broken. Like you know exactly
Yeah,
where to go.
so
You're not
nice.
wasting time. Like your HUD has IFF, so you're not shooting at
Yeah,
friendlies. It's
it is so nice.
I believe it. Um, what do you enjoy most about War Thunder? You would think. Do you have like a favorite vehicle or favorite tech tree you've played roughly?
I feel like like I definitely had at one point when I started up, but now it's I feel like it's hard because there's so much because obviously because I do videos about lots of different vehicles and
Hmm.
trees, and I grounded out every single tree in the game, some twice. Um, so it's like it's hard to like say one because there's definitely things about all of them that I enjoy. I think the most annoying grind ever, but because I did all those like well, I grinded the full tech tree in like 4 days or something, and I did that for every single tree with like the top tier premium. And I'm pretty sure I did the US in like 4 days or something.
That's insane.
Um, and I think instead of saying like a specific vehicle, something I don't like is that how much they nerfed grinding. Because I remember back when I did my first grinds of it, I could go like a full tech tree in like 3 or 4 days. But now that the maps are bigger and like the bases take so much more longer to respawn,
Hmm.
but like grinding now is painful because there's 4 bases. They take like 5 full minutes to respawn or something, and you have like 10 FOSs in your game. It's painful.
Yeah, it's whoever spawns at the front.
There was like not too long ago, like a couple months ago, there was like a little sweet spot for like about a month because they did it on like accident where like the bases respawn in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That was enjoyable because everybody could get a base because it would literally like it would respawn instantly.
And the Zuni rocket still gave like 300%
Yo,
RP
it was
boost. I
so
remember that.
good.
That's what I grinded out
It
most
was
of the
so
tech tree
good.
with.
And then they was like, oh wait, bases weren't supposed to do that, so we put it up to 5 minutes, and then we nerfed the rockets as well.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
That
That was
was yeah,
yeah, that was that sweet spot for me. That was the prime. base bombing with the Zuni rockets. That's like if you looked up
Yeah,
how to grind
that's
War
good.
Thunder, that was the top
That was
15
that was
videos
good.
for that.
That was so good. The rockets and the because it would respawn instantly, so you could just let people bomb, and then 30 seconds later, you get your bases.
Yeah, now it's especially if you get down or up tiered now in a Phantom. Oh, good luck. You're trying to
Yeah,
race F-15s and MiG 23s to bases. Yeah, no shot.
mm-mm.
What this is kind of a new question actually from last time. I didn't ask Mig this. What do you think the most broken aircraft in the game currently is?
Current like any BR,
Yeah, of any BR any tech tree.
BR any take tree. It's a lot, and they're all like broken in different ways.
We could narrow it down to more top tier, the more like that rank
Yeah.
7, rank 8 area.
Oh, there's a lot. There's like there's some of them that are just broken because they shouldn't be there necessarily because they're like they don't really perform that well. But I think right now the best top tier would probably be the new J10. I feel like it's kind of understated. Like, not I thought there would be more YouTubers out there going like this thing is crazy. This thing like I haven't seen that many videos
Hmm.
really hyping it up, but it should be. It's pretty crazy for what it is. I mean, it's pretty much just a better gripping.
That's what
Um,
I've heard. Is the flight model still broken how it was when it was in the dev server? I haven't got to fly it myself at all yet.
I would say it's like it handles so weird. It's like flying. You're looking at something that looks a little bit like a Eurofighter mixed with a F-16,
Hmm.
but it turns like a gripping, but a little bit more in a way.
Yeah.
Like especially at top speed, where like the gripping it would take like a second, you have to slow down a little bit. K10 just turns, doesn't care.
Fly by wire just said, "No, we're good today."
No, yeah,
Just
yeah,
let it
no,
rip.
no. We got canards. Just go.
That's like the biggest thing that I've
Just
heard
go.
about it was like, and I mean I know it was times in like in the time of where it just came out in the dev server and stuff like that, so it was still very early stages, but like
Yeah,
I mean it was like hyper maneuverable, like thrust vectoring flanker kind of stuff.
it was.
Um,
It's good.
yeah, you're just watching these clips of like Mach 1 Cobras and like flying literally backwards, like because you can pull so much
No,
AOA.
yeah, it's actually crazy. I feel like another underrated thing, not so much in like actual matches, but if you ever find yourself in a custom match or something, and somebody's like 1v1 me, the F-14B will slap up pretty much any jet.
Really?
People like 0% wing sweep on the F-14B. It's gonna slap up anything. Like I remember watching two of my good friends, Killer West and
Mhm.
another YouTuber called the Systematic Psycho. They were having they were having a 1v1, and like of course, um Killer West went into the gripping because he's like, oh, it's the most maneuverable, top tier jet in the game, and he got absolutely floored by an F-14B.
It is just trying to pull him into a raid fight, or
It's just the F-14, like there's some of the stuff you can pull in F-14B is dumb. It's so dumb. Like he was out here doing flips and yeah,
I guess yeah. Once you know
it's
how to use
stupid.
the like the full real controls and go, like use the super maneuverability, I can feel they can get kind of
Yeah,
nuts. That's what my buddy. He just
yeah,
got the SU-27 SM, and like I mean, if he ever asks for dogfights, I just go right to a six F-16A and just.
yeah.
I mean, it's still one of the best dogfighters in the game, but against somebody who knows how to use super maneuverability, it's
Yeah.
rough. So I can imagine.
Nah, Psycho is to be fair really good in it. Killer West is an amazing player as well, but that F-14B just isn't fair.
I'll have to try that. I just got it. I haven't purchased it. I got it researched, but after playing the A and the kind of struggle that that was, I was like,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
good
no,
on the
B's nothing
Tomcats
like
for
the
a little
A.
bit.
B is nothing like the A.
Are there any aspects of the game that you think should be like outright changed or could be improved?
Main thing that needs attention, which I don't want to see an update with only that. I still want to have changes to air and ground, but naval needs some love. I mean, their mobile game has I'm pretty sure they have destroyers and like missile cruisers and nuclear submarines. why do we not have that? Why
Yeah,
do I have to play on mobile to have that?
yeah, that's fair.
Like,
I feel like a lot of people started out like no matter what area of War Thunder you play, started out on like World of Warplanes or World of Tanks or World of Warships.
yeah,
I remember playing World of Warships and that was fun. And I got to play naval on here a couple times and I don't know, it just didn't feel the same. I know the community's a lot smaller for naval, so it's not nearly as loved. Doesn't get the love from Gaijin that it needs, but
yeah. It doesn't get much love. Like they keep adding ships, but it's a lot of them are great, and they are, but it's always just like they never go more modern. They just go like sideways. Like they just add more from the same time frame.
hmm
And so we keep getting these like old warships, which is very cool, and it's very cool in their own way. But if they want to have like realistically from Gaijin's point of view, they would probably love to have all the player base from World of Warships come over to War Thunder. Realistically, would get that. They need to add in new stuff. They need to add in ships that was made in World War II and not just used, and get into subs as well, aircraft carriers, stuff like that.
yeah, I wonder how that would go, especially with the submarine aspects. I
Yeah,
know
they had the event.
submarines are very particular. I guess not particular, but they're still very classified. I feel like even older ones. Like I know
Yeah,
old subs are very basic. I mean, they were like mostly just transportation and stuff
yeah.
like that. But like
It's
to get
yeah,
even close to a modern era, and in ships too. Ships are a lot more boring than they used to be because 99% of the time ships don't shoot at each other now.
yeah,
So it's like that could be
yeah.
an
But
interesting
I
way to
did
go.
see I did see I don't remember where I saw it, but I see a leak list of them. There was a supposed leak in like the I don't know if it's this October update or it's like a later update, but there was a leak for the Bismarck to be added. So that's at least something newer than what we have now. That's at least like we could get something that's made in World War II. And also just like big names like the Bismarck and stuff like that. It's gonna bring in more new players because they're like, oh, we know that one. We want to
Yeah,
play that one. Because that's the harsh reality. Really, like people are like, oh, guys, you need to stop adding all this modern stuff. But if they want more players, then the modern stuff is what's gonna drive in more people.
definitely. I feel like that can be like part of the like how there's not necessarily in a lose-lose situation with what they add, but like especially for the air side of the game, like
Yeah,
okay, they're at such a point now where they have the J10, so it's almost I would think guaranteed that in the next 4 or 5 months, nearing the end of the year, we're probably going to get a Eurofighter and an F-18
yeah,
just to be competitive. I mean, granted, the F-18 is not that kind of aircraft, but some higher stuff like that, and you
yeah.
can't. It's hard to go
They
much
never
further
forget.
because you only have so many more variants of the F-16, F-15. Like you'd be beating a dead horse at that point. Just
Yeah,
adding the same thing but newer.
I mean, there's definitely still a lot of Gen 4 they could add and versions of it. And I know so, like a big part of the Wolfram community is like, we want history accuracy, and if it was never we want purely history stuff. But I feel like it is a game, and we already have stuff in the game that's like very very questionable if like it is in service or not. Some of it is not even made yet. Some of it is still prototypes. So I feel like they could definitely add like cool prototype stuff. We could get the MiG 1.44. We could get the F-16X, the one with the auto wing, and those were
Oh
never
yeah,
in service. They never carried anything. I don't think, but they all had hard points, and you guys you could then, from a game point of view, be like, okay, it would probably be fair if we carried this, and then we can try, put this on it, and then that would probably be fair instead of being like, no, it would only carry this or something. It just,
mm,
even though they never had real stuff on it, just be like, we know from the blueprints it had this many hard points, so like we could put this on it. It should be cool to just have like prototype vehicles on it. Also, because it is a game, and it would drive in more people and be like, oh, that's pretty cool to have like a special whatever in here.
yeah, exactly. That makes a lot of sense since you bring it up. Like it is a game. Like
It is like
you got to have some kind of point where you can just do something and run with it. Otherwise, if it was
just do
just
something cool.
yeah,
It's
otherwise
a
it
game.
would just be DCS if people want
Yeah,
it just
just do
as
something
realistic as
cool, man.
possible.
Like we already have stuff in here that's like it's not. It was never made. I'm saying like we might as well just add it for jets as well. I'm not saying right now, but definitely in the future. There's a lot of really cool stuff, like a lot of really cool scrapped ideas out there in the like aviation industry that were like because there's so many scrapped, especially like fighter projects and stuff like that that got scrapped. Bring them into Wolfen, why not?
How do you think stealth could play into the future of War Thunder? Do you think that's still too far out?
I think right now, if they were to add it tomorrow for some reason, it wouldn't change. People would be like, "Oh, it's OP," but I don't think it would change much because especially in top tier, the current like meta is very much like the maps. You can go across the map in like 4 minutes. It wouldn't change much, I don't think. Like you wouldn't be able to use stealth for anything. You can pretty much see the enemy base from your own base. You could just see them. You won't need stealth to hide you. So I think the only way it would work is if we get to a point where like each BR has like their own set maps. If we say like the like the stealth aircraft are like I don't know 20 point something, the
Mm,
BR 20 point something. Those in that bracket can only get the big maps, like the huge EC maps. They can only
yeah.
get those because the EC maps are realistically the only maps where you would ever need stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But and especially they're definitely gonna need to roll out a lot of like project prototype vehicles for that rank because if not, it's just gonna be F-35, F-22, and an SU-57, and that's it.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to roll out whatever the hell Iran made. Uh, they're gonna have to roll out projects that aren't even made yet by Sweden, the UK, uh, India. I think has one.
Hmm.
They can actually realistically roll out J10. Well, not that that's not called J. What's it called? J20. But a lot of projects for whenever that comes out. A lot of project planes.
Yeah, I had a friend ask me about it the other day, and I didn't really know how to respond. That's a really good way to put it. I could also be see it being added somewhere like that. The stealth data of an aircraft, like from the game sense, only matters in sim, where the maps
Yeah,
are always bigger, so it actually like
yeah.
plays a part where, like you said, in
Right now
realistic. I mean, you're
it
locking onto
wouldn't.
radar from 80 Ks, so I mean, you can get up to 1,000 meters and see your enemy across the entire map.
Right now it wouldn't matter much. You still like even in the F-22. It realistically, if you're in the F-22 right now, you go into. I promise you, at some point, you're gonna get absolutely You're gonna be looking at YouTube or something for 4 seconds, and you're gonna get absolutely steamrolled by A10C or something. Because the maps are just that small that you're gonna meet him regardless if you want to. Especially if you look at like projects and prototypes and versions of planes, there's still a lot of 4 and 4.5 gen aircrafts that they're gonna have to roll out before that. And I really hope they bring out projects because then that would also just be a cool. Wolfone would be a cool area for people that love aviation to be like, oh, I've seen a YouTube video, I've read a book about this really cool project that the US did in like the 1980s or something, and it's a real
Mhm.
thing of Wolfone. You can fly it, you can. It has missiles that were or maybe weren't on it, but it's in the game now for like balance. It would be really cool to see spring into life.
Yeah. I just kind of an idea about it that popped into my head. What if it was a whole other tech tree where instead of having those aircraft scattered throughout all BRs of whatever tech tree is, they made a whole other one where it's like a whole separate line in each tech tree that is the experimental aircraft, and they could only, I mean, they'd have to add a lot of them, I guess, but where they only play
Yeah,
against other experimental aircraft of the same BR. I know it'd be really hard to balance that, but
mm, it probably would, but again, even I don't know how they might or might not do it. I don't know, but I do hope they add in a lot of experimental stuff just because it's so cool. And whether they do like, oh, they can only fight other experimental stuff, or they can fight everybody. I think some people might be like, oh, well, the F-16X, the Delta Wing version, it actually had 10 hard points, but in game only 8. But it's like, yeah, but you're all flying a Delta Wing F-16, you're gonna perform a lot better than the other ones, so you get less hard points to make because it maybe didn't have that in reality, but it's a game. We have to balance stuff out, so it's not
Yeah.
OP. So I hope they add it and make them historically accurate, but also like realize that you gotta balance stuff out, and there's no point being like, oh, this thing has more hard points. We're gonna bump it up into BR, and now it's gonna perform shit.
Hmm. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot with the last kind of the whole BR compression
Yeah, it
with
ruined a lot of planes.
yeah.
It's, it's a lot of planes that shouldn't be where they are. We have planes fighting at top tier that doesn't have radar missiles. That
Yeah,
that
those.
that shouldn't happen. I was like, I just grinded the new F-16C for Israel, and I used the nets. I
Mhm.
feel so bad for anyone who's grinding the nets. I was like, oh, I can't wait to try out this. And I feel so bad for you because you're gonna have a good time. You're not gonna have, no. You only have heat seekers, and it's 13.0. So every single match you're gonna play is gonna be at 13.7.
Yup.
Every single one.
The the American 16A. And I was just like, oh, it should be at least have 9 M's, right? No, it's
Yeah,
L's.
man.
I know L's are
Yeah,
good,
those.
but to just have L's, like not even an IRCCM missile.
Yeah,
Oh, so I just said
it's pretty rough.
nah and hopped back in my Eagle and
It
grind
was
into
pretty
the
rough.
sea.
It's the same reason. They better, before this year ends, they better add the F-14D because next year it's gonna be too late.
I missed the part of the F-14 meta, and I'm kind of sad. It's one of like I grew up watching Top Gun, and like so it's always been one of my favorite planes. And then to get to the point in the game where I have it, it's just a
Yeah,
very sub meta plane now. Like it's still good because you get up and you launch a
yeah,
bunch of
still.
phoenixes. You can get,
Oh
if you're
yeah,
lucky, you can get 5 kills right off the bat. But otherwise,
it's
yeah,
definitely still at the A. I don't know about the A, but the event one and the B very good, but the A is like meh.
yeah, I wouldn't mind getting that. I guess. I mean, I'm definitely hoping that the next, no, excuse me, the next major vehicle that the U.S. gets is some kind of F-18, whether it's a legacy or Super Hornet,
Yeah,
being in the strike tree or the naval tree. I mean, the snail does what the snail wants.
yeah. I mean they better add the D soon because if it goes in the naval tree, then it's gonna make no sense having F-14A, F-14B, Hornet, F-14D.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that
So
makes sense. Unless it's a premium plan, but you know how pissed everybody would be if the first Hornet in the game was a premium. So
oh,
I guess yeah, that makes
definitely.
sense to do the F-14.
But I mean, it's quite fun to think about. Like, maybe not next year, but like maybe in a year and a half, 2 years, maybe we're probably gonna be at a point where like 13.7 is probably premiums.
Yeah. I mean, we're right there
Cause
now. What's the F-20? Isn't that? I guess that's
it's
12.3.
12.7,
12.7, yeah.
but like I'm pretty sure they even they teased or like not teased, there was somebody leaked there's a apparently another thing's confirmed, but there was a leak of a I think it was for it was for the Swedish tree. Was it a Finnish or a Norwegian or something? Emily F-16 MLU that was premium. So we're getting there now.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't help that like with aircraft that are crazy exported like that, that instead of adding it to
Yeah,
a tech tree for something to grind out, it's like, all right, if it's not like a game breaking vehicle and it's something that a tech tree kind of like could use but doesn't
yeah,
need, all right, throw it in there.
yeah.
Whatever.
I
People are
find
gonna
it
buy
funny
it.
how much people. Yeah, of course people. I mean, it's an F-16. People are gonna be like, I don't want to grind. I'm just gonna buy it.
Yep.
And it's probably pretty cool. It's probably especially for Sweden. They don't have. They if you want to play top two, you play the Gripen. That's about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's probably gonna be like a. I could imagine it would be like an ADF sort of thing. So you get like two radar missiles and some A9Ls probably. Nothing too crazy, but still an F-16. It's very cool. As long as they don't keep bumping up the price, because we just went to 75.
Yeah.
If we can stay on that and they don't keep going back, oh well, this one is a bit better, so this one should be $80 now, and then go to 85, and then to 75. Preferably would still be 70. A lot of people hate on like top tier premiums, but I don't know, like because on one hand, I'm like, it doesn't matter that much, bro. Like, if you're so good at top tier, you shouldn't mind because it's just free kills for you. I don't like. You should
Yeah.
see like a premium. You should see a premium FCC and be like, "That's a free kill right there. That's he doesn't know what he's doing." And you can't blame the people buying it because like 90% of War Thunder ads is War Thunder in the ad they show top tier. They're gonna download the game and then realize, holy shit, it's gonna take like a while before I get to play what I
Yeah.
was shown that I could play.
Yeah.
And then they see the premiums and like, oh, I can just pay a little bit and then oh, like a lot, $70 is a lot, and I can pay, but I can pay that and then
Yeah. I mean, you play it for 3, 4 days, you get to like rank 3, rank 4, and where it
yeah,
really starts to slow down, and you're like, oh
yeah, and you're
shit,
like,
seventy
damn,
dollars doesn't look so bad now.
yeah, because the first like up until like rank 4, 5, maybe depending on like how efficient you are,
Mm,
it's okay. You know, you play a game for like 2, 3, 4 days, like okay, yeah, we're at rank 5 now. If I can keep at this pace, if I can keep at this pace, it's cool. I'll be, in like 2, 3 days, I'll be at top tier, and then you realize, oh, okay, okay, stuff now is needing like 100k RP,
yeah.
200k, 300k, and I need 5 of these per rank. I'm like, okay,
A week
I'll
later, you
just
hit halfway through rank 5, and
yeah, and
like,
then
all
all of a
right.
sudden you find yourself searching up like best US top tier premium.
Yep. Yep.
Like, okay, okay, I
And
might
by
have to
that time,
spend
it's
some
gonna
there.
be the F-15 EX for $137, and
Hopefully they keep. I would. Hopefully they keep the price as it is now. Be like that's max.
I don't mind the price, especially because it's a bundle. People complain about it a lot, like, oh, $70 for a plane. It's okay, yeah, you get a plane, 30 days of premium time, and 2500
Yeah,
G.
Jay.
That's pretty good. I could see them if they were to take out the bundle, or not take
No,
out
yeah,
the
then it
bundle,
would
but
be worth
add
it.
the option to buy just a plane for 50, and then for 20, an
Yeah,
extra $20, which is discounted, you get. Cause I think 2500 GE is like $30 alone,
yeah.
and 30 days of premium
And you
time
get the premium time, which I mean, for this premium time, if you
is another
play,
$30.
if you play like not a lot, but like if you do play the game every day, so like for a couple hours or something, um, those 30 days you will definitely that you will get to top tier from reserve in 30 days with premium count and the plane that you did buy.
100%.
So you should like those 75 is definitely for you to get pretty much like a big part of the tree done.
Mhm.
Um, but also I mean 75 is a lot, especially for like younger
Yeah.
players. Adults like adults is like $75 is
Yeah, like
like
I'll make that at work tomorrow.
spend it. Yeah, but especially for kids, I can see why like it's something like it's a month worth of chores or something
Hmm.
where you like really do a lot of chores. Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten 75 in chores,
Yeah.
but but I don't know. Maybe if you do something crazy, mom, your dad, your grandma, and the neighbor, you might be able to make 75.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
like
know.
think about it
But
from the parent standpoint too. Imagine your kid coming to you and be like, "Come on, can
yeah,
can I like I saved up my tooth fairy and chore money. Can I spend
yeah,
$75 on this
spend on
plane on a
what?
video game?"
Yeah, spend on what?
Or like asking your
On a video
grandparents
game.
for a Visa card for Christmas so you can buy a single plane on War Thunder.
Yeah, but even then, I see, especially like my little brother, bro. Like him and his friends, the amount of money they spent on like V-Bucks and stuff. Oh my God, it's insane.
Oh yeah, I just started playing Rocket League with my cousin again last night, and I'm a big car person, and so I saw that they had a BMW, and I was like, oh, time to spend my like s-
Time to
buy
spend money.
yeah my buy yearly $10 on Rocket League that I'm gonna play
Oh
like
hell yeah,
6 times in the next year just to have this car.
yeah. Before I got partnership with Gaijin, I was spending money on this game
I
because
believe it.
because I had to keep up with the YouTubers that was in the partnership
Hmm.
without being in a partnership. So like I had to like if new stuff came out, I had to like grind it. And if it was a whole, especially at the start of my career when I didn't have all the nations grinded, I was like that. This nation just got a brand new top tier. I have to grind this. whole nation just to do a video
Mhm.
on this plane. And
Mhm.
for that, I would need a up tier premium, so I have to buy that. The biggest thing I ever did was like on my I had a saving account for a little bit before Daddy Snail told me I couldn't. Um, I did I did 4 videos back to back of me grinding from reserve to top tier in different nations. I did that back to back, and I bought 4 top tier premiums in in one go. That hurt.
Yeah, it's like $250 right there.
Yeah, that hurt.
three hundred
That hurt a
dollars.
lot. And that that was when I was like, I think I just got out of school. I think that hurt.
And
The first thing my mom sees as I drop out is like, oh, you just spent $250 in the game. Yeah, it's
yeah, it
great.
makes her a little bit more questioning a little bit more than she was.
Yeah, it's like, oh, great. Yeah, dropped out of school, spending $250 on video games. Great.
And I was like, oh, now I want the JF-17 now that
Well,
that's out, but it's not a premium, so I don't really want it, but I
yeah, you
do
don't
want it.
really. Yeah, that's the like. I mean, you sit there and you're like, I could get it right. I mean, technically it's free, but I could have it today.
Yeah,
I could
yeah,
fly it right now, or I could fly it in like 3 months.
exactly. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how the squadron stuff works because I have had the Abrams on squadron. That's like the squadron research since I
Mhm.
started playing, and I still don't have it. I'm only like 200K in.
How much? What?
I
How
so I don't
much?
know if I'm like not in the
How
right
much do your squadron
squadron.
get? How much do your squadron get? I think it's like every 3 days you get research.
I don't know. I mean, moving on to the content creation side of stuff.
Yep.
Um,
First.
what is your favorite type of video that you make between the stock grinds, grinding for a certain top tier? What do you think your favorite is to make, or like even just your favorite to record or edit?
It sort of depends. Because sometimes it's nice if you had like a long week. It's sort of nice just being like, yo, I'll sit down. I'll just put on some music and I'll just chill with this F-16 or whatever you start grinding. And it's more straightforward. I've done it a lot of times. I start grinding it, and the editing as well is it's more just a lot of battles.
Hmm.
It's a lot of matches that you just put together, add some sounds in, and make it fluent. And like a little of like challenging myself and like something that's like that especially when I'm done, I'm like, yo, I'm really happy with this. Is a lot of the challenge with it, a lot of like one kill with every BF-109, 1 kill in with every sweeping aircraft or one match at every squadron.
Hmm.
That's really fun for me, especially at the moment. Because it's something that I didn't do for like the first like 1.5 year or like 2 year, like well, yeah, probably like 1.5 2. But I only did experience videos or stuck grind or like grind and stuck grinds. That was it.
Hmm.
So like especially those like one match in something or if I kill you, I take your plane and like one kill in every plane without a gun. Those are more like fun for me because it's more of it's bit only for gameplay because I get to fly a lot of different views. But also for editing because there's a lot of funny clips coming out of it and it's something different.
That's
And
what I noticed. The first video I put out was the like right when the Persian Tomcat came out was a stock grind in quotes because I didn't really like
yeah,
really even stock grind. It was just like a bunch of different clips in random games. Like it wasn't like a proper one, but I did one kill in every. I think I said light fighter, but like the F-16 line for US, and that was fun just because you're not like really caring how it goes because you can just hop to whatever game you get your kill in and stuff like that. But there was one part where
yeah,
in the F-104, I think I went like 12 games without a kill. It was rough, and I'm like, I'm
yeah,
not the greatest player. I mean, I kind of suck. Like, so like it's just fun, but like the whole part
yeah,
is just like a 12. It's like a 15-second thing of 20-second thing of me just is just crash, return to hangar, crash, return to
yeah,
hangar. It's just like, oh my
yeah,
god. But I think that was fun to make. It took a lot longer, just
yeah. They
but
take a lot longer.
but it's fun. Like
Um,
the random, not random, but like different kinds of videos.
Yeah,
Um,
because at least when you start grinding, it's very it's very easy for. It's like you go, it's better for editing. Like go and you're like, okay, so we have toilet plane here, we're stock, and then I just have to basically just showcase a lot of battles where like I keep getting my plane keeps getting better and better and better and better because I'm stuck grinding it.
mhm,
And then I just have to put those battles together and make it fluent and make it work and make it into a video. The other ones, especially where it's like one kill with one plane and then of a certain type, it's sort of it's a lot different to edit because every plane becomes like its own segment. Every plane is like its own video. So you'll have like some will if you're doing every plane with sweet wing with like sweet wings or something, you'll have like you'll edit the MiG 23 part of the video, and that's be its own thing. And then I like to export that, so that's its own video. And then I'll do the F-14s, and then that's their own. And then I'll do the tornadoes as their own thing, and then I'll put them together, and it's turns into one big video. But it's really three videos put together.
Interesting. Okay, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, I like to do segments like so it doesn't feel like the same thing, and you get bored. It's different videos within the video.
No, I might have
Um,
to try that with some stuff. That's a good idea actually.
it helps you a lot, especially with planning out the video. So you say to yourself, if you're flying out, whatever. I just did the one match in every squadron plane.
Mhm,
I said to myself, there's like I think eight squadron planes, and I was like, I want my video to be a certain length, so it matches like what I typically do, which is around like 12 minutes. So I'm like,
mhm,
okay, so I need everything to be sort of around a minute, and I know some of it is gonna be shorter because not every match is gonna be amazing. So it'll round out to like around 12 minutes. Then you can have fun with it, and then be like, I'll edit the US squadron plane as its own video. I'll export that. I'll real quick take I like, and then I'll jump into the Germany ones. That's the own video. Export that. Then I'll do the other one. So everything is its own, and it keeps every segment of the video fresh.
mhm.
And also, it's easier planning out. So if you want to hit like a certain time, like a certain length of the video, it's easier to like figure out like every one of these segments needs to be a minute and 30 seconds, or 2 minutes, or 1 minute, whatever.
Yeah, that's really cool actually. I feel also from like a creation standpoint, it can be nicer than just all right. I'm gonna record the clips for every single plane. It's like you
Yeah,
don't get burnt out of just playing that like
yeah,
style of playing the whole time, and then you have to go and edit all of it. Where you just record, edit, record, edit, record, edit. Can I guess yeah, it can be nice for keeping it fresh. I guess.
yeah. And it varies well. Sometimes you just knock out the whole like most of the time I just knock out the whole thing, then and then I'll do segments, or then I'll edit some of it and be like, okay, this works. Let's find a new song, put this in here. Let's watch the clips over, see what works. Boom, edit that, jump on to the next thing, and just keep everything separated, and then put it together. And then sometimes you'll be like, oh wow, this doesn't fit together, and you have to re-edit some stuff. But usually it works.
Yeah. One more on the content creation topic. I know we just kind of talk about it with the lack of free time, but what other challenges do you face making content for War Thunder?
I feel like especially at the start when I first started out, I was so before I even started making like content for real, like I was like, this is what I'm doing with my life 2 years ago. I spent like about for like 6 months just watching other people talk about their YouTube channels, watching tutorials, watching just people analyzing YouTube, people analyzing the algorithm, people talking about their experiences. So I just spent like half a year just getting all the knowledge I could get about YouTube. So I was like, so I was like, I was ready. So I knew everything about the algorithm, and I was like, so I looked actually at a bunch of different games. Like, I know what kind of content I make, and I know what kind of content I want to make, which is the stuff I do now. And I was like, there's not that many Wolf. There's if I did it for like let's say Call of Duty or if I did Fortnite, it would have been really hard for me to get to the point where I want to be quick
Mhm.
because there's already people doing that. There's already people. There's a ton of creators doing that on Fortnite or Call of Duty or whatever. But I was like, there's nobody really doing it on War Thunder. So it's like there's a gap in the market that I can fill. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go for it. But and I felt like with War Thunder, it's actually the stock grinds and just the pure grindiness of the game actually makes it quite easy to make videos because it's pretty easy. Because on other games, it's like on COD or something. On Call of Duty, you have to be like, there's only so many videos and there's only so much you can. On War Thunder, you can just grind vehicles forever. You can keep making. You can grind a whole tree, make stock grinds videos about it, make grind videos about it. Next tree, grind everything. Um, but I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, I I've grinded so much that like I have to do other videos like yeah, one match in something, or if I kill you, I take your play. One match in whatever, or one kill whatever. But at the start, especially, I saw like not many people doing what I'm doing in the Wolf Runner community,
Mhm.
and it's a game where like I know I'm gonna get clicks if I just grind like a meta jet. If I grind a meta jet, it's gonna get clicks, and I blew up pretty quick. The first few videos did was like experience on like random, the few random jets that I did have that I had grinded over the period of me doing TikToks. So I did video on those, and then like one week like weekend randomly I was like, I wonder how quickly I could grind from reserve to top tier in Sweden, and then I did a video on it, and then when I had like 2,000 subscribers, I all of a sudden had a video with like 100K. I was like, oh, okay, that works. And then I did another one like that, and then yeah, I did the other one like that, and that was I think I grinded the French in like I think it was 38 hours, and that one blew up. Like I had like 3K subs or something, 4K subs, and that one blew up. It to this day it has like 600 and like 70K views. So it's still my biggest video, like
Yeah, I was about
half
to
a year,
say.
like 1.5 years. Yeah, I remember like I had like 4K subs and Devin comment on it in like way back. I was like, what's going on? Drove in a lot of people. So I blew up quite early, and like before I even had 5K, I blew up, which like on my graphs looks kind of funny because you go from like the month of October. I started in August uploading. I think no September I started. October I was getting like 17,000 views a month, and then like November 128,000, December 200K, and then the January 2023, all of a sudden I was on 750,000 a month from just like those videos. So I was like, whoa, okay, so people and I was like, and people stuck around watching my other like all the attention those videos got. I knew they was gonna get attention because it was like, oh, this dude is grinding from research to top tier in like matter of hours. So
Mhm.
I knew it was gonna get views. But what let me know that like people enjoyed my videos was that all the people that watched those videos were starting to like migrate to all my other content and watching those. So that's also when I was just like, yo, I'm a, mom, I'm dropping out. And oh my gosh, my mom was pissed.
I believe it.
Um,
I believe it. Moving towards some community engagement stuff. What's like the biggest way that you'd say you interact with your audience by like mostly like YouTube comments or through your Discord?
um, it's a lot of ways. I wanna, especially in the future, do videos with a lot of my viewers. Like we can do like custom battles. We can do a bunch of events in custom battles. I want to do that, but the thing is, PlayStation is not really. Discord, of course, is on PlayStation because I'm using it right now, but they're not. They don't really like each other that much.
Mm.
So a lot of the times when I've tried once recording on like record a video with somebody else and we were in a Discord call, two things will happen. Either they're just not gonna like pick up the other person's voice, so I'll just be talking to myself. And the other thing is that they're gonna turn for some reason, it turns the game audio all the way down. So if I in editing then turn it up, then it's gonna turn up the Discord chat as well, so you can hear the game normally now. Somebody talks, you're gonna get ear raped. Just like that's another reason I have to get on a PC so I can do stuff like that. And also for quality and a lot of other stuff. But other ways I interact is I try and read every comment on my videos. I like at least within like the first hour. Like I try when my video's been up for an hour or like sometimes 2 hours. I read pretty much through all the comment on it and try and respond to most of it. Sometimes sometimes comments do get uh I won't see every comment because I do get a lot.
Yeah.
But I try to see everybody and I try to respond to pretty much everybody. And for the people that do comment on videos, I see all of you pretty much. I try to see all of you. And if not there in my Discord server, or through my community posts or stuff like that, even in game, I I meet a lot of people in game. It's pretty much every like sometimes it's every match depending on beyond playing. But I definitely try and talk to everybody. If you see me, feel free to say hi. Pretty much everybody says they see the match, and I try to talk to people I meet in the matches. Even if they're on the enemy team, I try and say hi and and sometimes put them in videos as well. Um, but I do try to stay really close with my community.
Mhm.
Um,
For some wrapping up ish, getting towards the end of our time here. When it comes to future plans, do you have any exciting projects or videos that there's things that you're excited about coming up?
yeah, a lot actually. I feel like I've really refined my videos now, and I know the exact style that I'm making now, and I feel like I've gotten to the point where now like I'm like this is right. The videos I'm making right now, like the few videos like the few new ones I've made the
Mhm.
last like week, that's the sort of videos I want to make. Um, and obviously, hopefully soon, I'm moving to a PC. Hopefully like real soon, like next couple of months. I'll get a PC. I'll start editing on a PC, coding on a PC, and because I have that, I can start doing videos with viewers. I can start doing events, start doing custom battle videos. I want to do like a bunch of funny, silly events and stuff. And custom battles. Um, and I want to start branching out a little bit, make some more channels. With different stuff because I want to make. I already have a secret second channel that nobody really knows about. There's a few people that found it. But branch out a little bit, and then like make a brand, and even like become more of a brand. Like starting up Instagram, really starting up TikTok because I've uploaded a lot on TikTok, but I've never really like committed, and I want to do that. And like show my face and stuff like because I never meant to be a faceless channel or like this whole like nobody knows how I look and nobody I'm saying like I never planned that. Um, One of my first ever videos on YouTube, way back, way back in school, was a cooking video. I made a cooking video. This whole like not showing my face was never the plan, and now I've gotten to a point where like if I would just randomly to show my face in a video, it wouldn't make sense. Like I've gotten to the point now where like I sort of feel like at the size I am now, I sort of had to dedicate face reveal video. Because if I just like upload a random TikTok video showing my face, where I'm like, "Hi guys, look at this. I don't know. Look at my new keyboard.
Yeah, and you're
Look at
just
this."
in it.
And I'm just in it. And people are gonna be like, "That's there's no way that's actually you. That's one of your friends."
Any closing statements, comments, questions for myself or anybody watching?
I'll leave, I'll, I'll leave it with two things. I think the first one I'll leave as a question for you and like, where do you want to go with YouTube? Is it like a hobby thing? Is it a thing you want to make serious money on it, or is it just like you like it, you do it because you like it?
Right now, yeah, it's like a hobby and do it because I like it. I'm kind of stuck in my current career for until 2029. Um,
Mm,
but I mean, I think it'd be a really fun side, not necessarily a side job, but hobby to do.
yeah,
So my thought was like my friend Mick Thunder, he makes videos and stuff like that, and he's at 1,300 subs right now, I think. And I was like, well, I'm sitting here playing this game however long every day. I
yeah,
could try to make something creative out of it and do something useful with it. So I started doing it, and the first videos were fun, and getting into the editing and learning the editing stuff is I find fun. Because I also do like some music
yeah.
production on the side too. So like I like the creative
No, that's cool.
side of stuff. But it's more of a I'm doing it, record it, and see like how you saying it's for other people. See if other people can't get enjoyment out of it because I have like
Yeah,
whether I get mad at the game or like I have a lot of those moments where I get like the perfectly cut screams.
yeah.
And
That's
so there's a lot of fun that I can make for people out of it. So yeah, and we'll just see where it goes. If it takes off, cool. If it doesn't,
yep,
all right, had fun with it, or we'll keep having
yeah,
fun with it, hopefully. So
yeah. Yeah. That's nice doing it just because you love it and it's a genuine passion. And then yeah, if it does, you know, blow up, it's only a good thing.
mm,
Um, yeah, I wouldn't advise being like, yo, either do this shit or what I did was kind of looking back at it. It was definitely crazy. Dropping out of high school and being like, yep, this is what we do now. Um, but no, to stay on track. The second thing was for the viewers, and I think I'll just leave it at you can do whatever you want, and I learned the whole like I don't think I have the skills or I don't think I'm as talented. That is it's bad. You can if you want to do something, you can do it. You can outwork pretty much anything and anybody. Somebody might have more skill than you, but if you have more passion, drive, and outwork them, you're gonna become better than them
mm,
in due time. You can outwork pretty much anything. Whatever you want to do, if you really, really want it, you're gonna put in 15, 16 hours a day and you're gonna outwork anybody. So you can be what anyone want to be, man. Just put the passion into it, put the time into it, and you can.
hell yeah. Well, I
Yep.
appreciate it. It's been awesome to have you on here, get to talk to you and see your perspective on the game and
Yep.
content
Same.
creation for it. Um, hopefully we can do more stuff in the future and
Sure.
see where everything goes.
Yep. I mean, for sure. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our time with Trepcast as much as I did making this video. If for some reason you're not already subscribed to him, his YouTube will be linked below, as well as any other creators mentioned throughout the video. As always, if you enjoyed, I greatly appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe. And please leave a comment as to what you would like to see next. Until next time, ace out.